Hey everyone, it's Will from Echo Base Armory here, and it's finally arrived. We got the first 2 episodes of Skeleton Crew earlier this week, and I wanted to jump on and share some thoughts. Listen, my quick thoughts, TLDR, they're great. I really like the first 2 episodes of Skeleton Crew. I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of the season and getting to know the characters more, see what Jude Law's deal is. I'm here. I'm in. If that's all you're looking for, thank you for joining us. I hope you like and subscribe, and talk to you next time. Now, for more of my thoughts, I'm going to start at the beginning with the pirates in space are terrifying. I'll be the first to admit, I thought the pirates were just going to be sort of silly, and I wasn't expecting them to really have any danger or threat to them. But then watching that first attack on the New Republic freighter, where they rip into the hull and streams of pirates and bad guys just pour out and take over the ship, it was more intense than I was expecting. And I don't want to spoil anything, but something I thought would take the entire show to happen, especially based on a character's name, happened right away, which was also sort of nice because it gave me the sense that, hey, we're not going to build this show up, we're not going to build up a mystery, we're just going to give you some answers and go on our journey. Not to say that there won't be anything that we have to discover or any mysteries or revelations, but I also feel like based on these first 2 episodes, they don't mind giving us sort of a question and then answering it soon after, which I like and is something that I kind of wish The Mandalorian was doing. Listen, I think those first few moments of the pirate attack were really great tone setting and felt like classic Star Wars. If there's a Star Wars Arcade Fire, I'm sure everyone would be listening to the Star Wars version of The Suburbs. What stood out to me, though, wasn't necessarily that it was The Suburbs and it didn't feel like Star Wars. Felt a little off, but frankly. The small little I was really surprised that droids were mostly in charge of the school and education, when we already seen essentially human and alien teachers in other series. Isn't something that I would expect to see in a galaxy full of potential or possibility. These were all things that I noticed watching the show and thought were really strange, just didn't know what to do with. Instead of having these loose pieces in my hand, the Skeleton Crew answered them by the end of the first 2 episodes, and I think that was a real strength. The writing of the show not being afraid to bring up questions or make us notice things and then give us a solution or tell us what is happening soon after. We have the problem. We know what the issue is for the show. The kids want to get home. If you've watched the trailers or read any of the summaries, you know something's going to happen that's going to put them in a situation where they're essentially lost in space. It seems like it should be an easy fix. Pull out a space atlas and you'll find your way home. But they're not able to do that, and we're given a reason for it. And the reason is clever and interesting, unexpected in a way that had my jaw on the floor, and for anyone like me who remembers growing to the show in the age of Pirates of the Caribbean, it's basically Tortuga, but in space, and again, with aliens. I think the setting works and is interesting in a way I wasn't expecting, considering, normally you're just faced with a lawless place run by miscreants, but this actually did, again, feel scary and dangerous. Everyone's giving them the side eye because they're like, what's the deal with kids being here? But nobody fights them or takes them on right away. It's only when they realize there's something that they can take from the kids that they're interested, and a whole kerfuffle ensues. Again, remaining vague, but we meet Jude Law at the end of the episode, and his quick little first appearance is enough to make me want to come back. And again, what's his deal? What's going on with him? I have a couple ideas, but we'll see, or I'll see what happens and if that changes over the next couple. These are just some quick thoughts after watching it off the top of my dome. I'd keep watching it anyway because I love watching Star Wars, and from the trailers, there's going to be X-Wings. I want to see X-Wings. These first 2 episodes are giving me high expectations, and I am looking forward to them. Those are my thoughts, though, and if you've seen it, let me know down below what you thought. And if you were holding off, let me know if you do watch it. I think the show is going to be great from what we've seen already. It makes us feel like we were when we fell in love with Star Wars. We would have first seen it. not just in a nostalgic way that makes you yearn for your childhood, but makes you remember it and experience it, live in that moment again for the first time in years. I can understand how people would call it nostalgia or say it's just you wanting to recapture a childhood that you can't go back to. For me, I got that feeling of youth again, where there's a world of possibilities ahead of you and you don't know which path you're going to take, but the point is the adventure. That's why I would say to resist calling it nostalgia bait, because it does feel like it's something deeper than that. The show is a hallowing, a reminder to anyone who's older of what that feels like and how important it is to growing up in your childhood. I think there is a perfect balance, or a really good balance that hasn't been struck in a while, between something that kids will enjoy and resonate with them and something that adults will also like. Everything I've seen from the show so far has given me a lot of hope and optimism, so I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next, to seeing it continue. I know I'm going to watch the rest of the show no matter what, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do a breakdown or discussion video like this for each episode. We'll see. Either way, I hope to see you next time, and until then, may the Force be with you.